Oh, it happened. I understand.
Thinking.
Okay.
It was thinking. Now we're unmuted. Hello, and everyone. Welcome to the Dragget Show. That's Dragget and Fair Together. I am Zanny, and this is Alkali.
I'm not here.
This is a little bit of a rough intro, but we got it working. We didn't know if it was working or not. It was like, brr. It was very...
The scariest part to any podcaster is the moment you hit the go live button and your entire computer goes, but wait, did you update?
OBS was just very mad for a very hot second. I was very worried. So hopefully you can hear us. It says we're coming through okay. Oh, yeah.
We can. We have people who can hear us.
To hear that.
This is good.
You know, I'm going to try to adjust the chat so that I can see it.
You go ahead and adjust the chat. Well, I let everyone know why we are a little disorganized right now. For you see, I gave myself a whole hour to relax before this show, thinking that perhaps I would step into a different world, a virtual world, if you may, filled with like-minded people. So I went and played Poker Stars VR. I sat down at a table, and within 5 minutes, the following conversation ensued. That's a really nice solar system you got right there. Shame it don't got Pluto. Well, yeah, that's what you get for Biden, and that was the end. So I sat there very quietly, slowly whittling away their funds until it ended up being myself and a very charming and also very quiet woman sitting across the table from me. And I unmuted myself and I said, good luck. And as I unmuted myself, she goes, oh, to you as well. And after a moment of pure silence, she goes, you know, I'm a physics teacher and this table made me want to vomit. Like, right? Obviously the lizard people took Pluto. And she didn't talk to me anymore after that. I won.
Why did you do that? Why did you have to do that?
Because... I'm sorry, did you not hear what their job was? They are a teacher. If they are part of the COVID universe, they haven't taught in a while. They haven't had their soul shattered by words in months. They need that. It's like falling off a hate bike.
Falling off the hate bike? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you always know how to fall off the hate bike.
Everyone hates teachers all the time. They have enough hate as it is. They don't need the hate bike. They got enough hate bike as it is. Get enough practice.
They get enough hate bike.
World's as hard as it is. What was my point of that? I don't know. The hate bike.
All I know is that my tiny cup makes me look like I have giant hands.
Or you're just giant. That's a regular ass cup. I scaled myself up just to make myself look normal next to you. This is actually like a wall.
Oh, this is very useful. OBS. Yes.
Special effects.
OBS special effects. Oh my God. Chat, let us know if that is true. Once we hear a second person say that Xander has no volume, we will start playing with knobs.
Really?
We'll see. We'll see. Until then, I have tequila.
You know what? I think you're right. I think
the microphone is on stereo instead of mono, isn't it?
It was working before. I did a double check.
Well,
I did a check before the show.
Well, this is about to get awkward. Here we go. One moment.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'm going to boost it up over there.
Yep. All right. See, this is how podcasting works. First you screw up, then you stare at the camera while moving your hands slightly, knowing that the other person in the room is making things work. You'll never know.
Make it like
Yeah, I got it. No, Quoxum, we know what's going on. This was a problem before. Yeah. The quick version is, when you have two microphones, you are in stereo, but some things don't like stereo. Like everything.
Like Zoom.
Yeah, like Zoom. All right, it's going to be a little bit quieter for both of us, but this way you should be able to hear both of us properly.
Yeah, let us know if you can hear us, and my phone is gone.
Phone, we don't need phones.
Hopefully not. Yeah, now you can hear us both. Okay. See? Yeah, there now you can hear us.
Oh, yeah, no.
Now it's all cute and shit.
That's the problem. We always know what's wrong. The question is, do we know how to fix it? Usually, no.
All right, so with that in mind.
Oh
my God. Worst fucking transitions ever.
Transition. Where's Pepper when you need him? Just walk out, sing, and leave. Like, that's perfect.
Jesus
now no one remembers
Christ.
our screw ups.
Oh, you can see my mouse too. This is fun. See?
This is perfect.
Anyway. Hi
Well-
everybody. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us here at Virtual FurTheMore. Thank you for inviting us as well.
And thank you for enjoying us, unless you're not, in which case, what are you doing here?
They already left by now.
Mm.
Holy shit, 50 people. Thank you.
Wait, really?
Yeah, right
Oh
there.
my God. Yay.
Hooray.
That means more tequila.
Jeez. That's your answer to everything. More substances.
It's an abuse.
Speaking of which, we can talk about the vax.
That's right.
Yeah.
V in the chat if you got the vax. My mate over here has, you are outside of the 2-week window, right? You are totally
Yes.
vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
I went through Hell Night recently. Well, at work. Thankfully, my partner let me work from home. The evening was a little awkward. I sat down to work, and then I started mumbling into the microphone, and then I fell asleep. So, yeah, probably not the best idea to have me controlling the world's economy that night. Just saying. We've got a lot of vax in there. Thank you.
Yeah, vax.
Kalik, it seems, is going through the same thing. Not really awake from it as I watch this. Yes, that is what I had.
You had the sleepies.
I had the sleepies. And what did you have any ill effects?
I had a bit of the sleepies. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. More of a just,
We had my partner at work had absolutely no side effects, but now our cleaning lady at work, hers was hands down the best.
Okay.
She came into work one day and very bubbly, very fun, and then all of a sudden at the end of our conversation, we're very good friends with our cleaning lady. She is such a wonderful person, Consuela. Hopefully you are watching. Hopefully you're not. Well, all of a sudden she goes, well, now I have to go check in, and she slumped a little bit. And her eyes went from so bright and colorful to gray and dull. And she drooped her arms and slowly started walking away. And myself and I'm like, oh, what's wrong? She goes, oh, I just want to go home.
That's amazing.
Oh, love her.
Oh no, the vax is hitting me.
Absolutely love her.
That's amazing.
She came in, said hi to us, went home. Like, you are my favorite person.
That's pretty funny. Ah, Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of places. What?
Cheese and crackers.
Cheese and crackers.
Anyway.
There's a lot of places I think that we'll end up going to now that we have the vax, like especially after the 2 weeks is up and your house is all done. But I think I'm still going to be a little leery about one very specific thing that we used to do every year.
What's that?
Key Lime Cove, a.k.a.
Yes!
the breeding ground for bacteria.
Yeah, and now, like, what do? Do you wear a swimsuit with a mask?
Snorkel.
Oh.
You have to wear snorkels
At all
time.
times.
At all time. And not just a small snorkel, because as we all know, COVID hovers at 6 feet. I am not a scientist. Do not listen to anything that I am saying right now. So at 6 feet, you've got all the COVID. So you need a 7-foot snorkel with a light on top. So if you go behind a bush and there's a bus coming from the other direction, they can tell. So if you pull out in traffic, they already know that you're there. So 7-foot tall snorkels, number one.
So you can poke away? So you can, like...
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of
And
thing?
it's got the extra because it's 6 foot distance, right? The 7th foot is so that you get a little bit of extra stab for anyone not wearing a snorkel or wearing the snorkel like not on their nose.
There's gonna be a lot of lawsuits.
Oh, tons of lawsuits. Absolutely.
Boozy, hope you're watching. We're gonna need you.
I love the idea of like the COVID lazy river.
Yeah.
Do you imagine just people like, oh, we're so lazy and we lived. Thank God.
That's the most anxious, lazy river ever. It's like the Stephen King River. Because it's like, it's slow.
The Stephen King
It's really
river.
slow going. It's just like, oh my God, I'm uneasy. There's danger around any corner. Oh God, it's right over there. That kid is coughing and coming right for me.
What is that kid humming? What? Ba-bum.
There's 2 of them now.
Oh no,
And they're
twins.
holding hands. Yes. They're in dresses.
What?
Covered in blood for some reason.
What are Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito doing in this lazy river?
Wrong twins.
Oh, damn.
You are old. We are old. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
yeah, I love the
Twins.
you.
Yeah.
1 year older than
I
me.
am the old dragon. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, is a 7-foot snorkel just normal size for Alkali? I don't need a snorkel. I walk on the seabed, and I'm basically the Leviathan.
A little bit. You are giant, and you handle money. And
That's not what Leviathan... What do you think a Leviathan is? An accountant?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you listen to what they think QAnon is? Such a giant Leviathan. Rah, 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 and just throws money at protesters. They're like, oh, go do the thing. Rah, rah. That's Leviathan.
I think that might have been my favorite moment in PokerStars VR so far.
Oh, what, your crazy conspiracy?
Yes,
friends?
well,
my favorite is that, Biden got rid of Pluto.
Biden
canceled Pluto.
Canceled Pluto, dude.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck else.
What else have we canceled as millennial? Does anyone remember who? Somebody in the chat, please. There was a concert that happened before this. A very wonderful young person who was playing the piano and singing. Did anyone catch that? Because we did. Thank you. It was Cassidy. Cassidy was amazing, but I happened to tune in at the beginning of Cassidy's set, and Cassidy was still prepping, but I didn't know. And Cassidy had one hand on the keyboard and one hand texting through their phone. And I thought, this is the most millennial concert I have ever seen. Ba, 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 ba. Yo, bro. I'm tweeting about my concert. I was like, this is the greatest performance art ever. And it turns out it was just practice.
She was doing a great job, I thought.
Unbelievable job.
Absolutely.
Doesn't take away anything.
She had to scroll the chat at the same time.
You'd scroll the chat.
Great job. I have one hand on the chat as I speak. And I'm just, yes. What? Huh?
I think we got clicked.
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Clicking is really bad. It's usually when the aliens attack you.
Okay.
Click.
I forgot what we were talking about.
What does it matter? Since when has the Dragget Show cared about what we were talking about? However, you do need to find your phone.
Yeah,
because
it's on the ground.
7-Eleven and you have all of our questions.
Oh, fuck.
There is one thing that we have not been able to plan for yet, and that is to be able to see any kind of donation to the charity at this point. So here's how this will work. We are about to have our listener questions. Listener questions come from people from our Patreon who, excellent job. I am so proud of you.
Is this PG?
You are stuck. You are here. There's tequila up here. If you come up, I will give you tequila.
Oh.
Come up for tequila. Come up for tequila. There it is.
Come up for tequila.
Sparf will let you know where you can donate. If you do donate, simply put in the chat that you did donate, and you may also ask us a question. We will be doing our listener questions and going to you. Thank you to all of our Patreon members. We are Zandy and Alkali, also known as The Dragget Show, when we do podcasts and a lot of other things. So
Yes.
Cheers to everyone out there, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Cheers.
Shout-outs is later, Quaxum!
Thank you for doing the name thing. It's hard, I know.
Oh, it is so difficult.
I know.
I'm learning. That's all it takes. You learn. You learn.
You do. It takes time. You do things. I'm annoyed by it as much as anyone. And we were going to get on to questions. What's the first question? We're going to find out.
And on Foxer, I also hope we can all get together soon.
Okay, so those who give us $10 a month on Patreon do listener questions, and that's what this is. Question Masters. So
Question Masters.
Question Masters. Questions.
This song is not for this.
Fuck. First question is from Tyro.
Hello, Tyro.
What was your favorite thing to get for Easter when you were a kid? Or did you just want chocolate by the ton?
Can it be both? Easter was a weird one in our house. Actually, my favorite part of Easter, because I still remember these, was the egg hunt. Mainly because of the one year that we thought our parents forgot about us. I have a little brother. We are 2 years apart. And every Easter morning for youth, you would wake up and, oh, that doesn't matter. Quaxum, I'm adopted. We're going to just nip that in the bud right now. I'm adopted. I have a Catholic family. So do not.
Yeah.
No, that one's just always there.
Yeah.
Well, we woke up in the morning and there were eggs hidden all over the house. And that was for a majority of our youth. And one year, myself and my brother woke up and there were no eggs hidden. Because you would wake up, you'd look down the stairs and there'd be eggs laying in the living room. Eggs perched on top of the couch. Egg on the tall shelf that you'd need Dad to go get. Because even me wasn't tall enough to get it at that time. But this year, our parents had forgotten about us. There were no eggs. We returned to our room, besmirched. I don't know if that's a real word. Besmirched. Well, they came in and got us a little while later, and we were crabby until they told us the reason why we didn't see any eggs. This year they tried. What had happened was they realized that in the morning, after we had found the eggs, we'd get little Easter baskets with candy. We would consume the candy, we would be exhausted, and we would be monsters for the Easter party that my mother would inevitably host. They came up all of a sudden during our youths. Why don't we hide the eggs better and not give them their Easter basket till they find them all?
Oh no.
The final egg was in the liquor cabinet. We found it 10 minutes before the party when my father told us where it was.
Holy
We
crap.
got our chocolate and we're so well behaved because me, my brother, and all the other kids in the family stayed in the basement eating chocolate for the whole party. It was the best Easter they ever had. My parents are geniuses. What? Where do you think I learned the crazy manipulation tactics from?
They said they're gonna make you find all the eggs.
Until we got the chocolate. That's how we got chocolate. You find all the eggs, you get the chocolate. It worked perfectly.
That's terrible.
Their plan worked.
That's like the thing, the you must find all the eggs. You haven't found, now you're an egg, motherfucker. Remember? You remember that? That's
Yeah, I
exactly
do.
what that is.
Now
Your parents made a fetch quest just for you to like learn. You got to earn your chocolate.
No wonder
bitch.
I liked World of Warcraft.
They literally made you find, like, they made you earn your. That's not okay. They're like, all right, Jesus is back. Time to earn your chocolate. What? Okay, I'm sorry, but that's not how you do Easter. You get the chocolate because Jesus is back.
Do you
What
get
the
the
fuck? I'm sorry. Anyway, eggs.
Egg.
Egg. Egg.
Speaking as a skunk, egg. Skunks want eggs.
Oh, who doesn't want eggs?
We have a lot of hard-boiled eggs inside. You don't want
Even
eggs.
ferrets, they steal eggs, right?
I steal a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
And then I hard-boil them. Turn it into egg salad. and then you bitch at me.
And then you make a Dutch baby in the morning.
You leave my Dutch babies out of this.
You make lots of babies.
They are delicious.
Alkali likes to make Dutch babies. We should do more questions. Maybe. No.
You haven't answered your question.
What was
yet.
my question? Oh,
Easter.
Easter.
Did you? Is there something you like to get for Easter? Or were you just a chocolate fiend? Also, while you're thinking, whoever in the chat said they donated, if we could get you, if you had a question, feel free to put in the chat. Just say I donated and question. Thank you so much for your donation.
Similar to you, my mom put on a weird Easter egg hut where it's like, I'm the Easter bunny. Go over here. Go over here.
Please tell me your mom had a fursuit.
Hell no.
That would have explained so much.
I mean, yeah, I would have. But like, and then you found Contra in the microwave, and it's like, Happy Easter. And I was like, I already have Contra. So that's what? That's that. I remember that being an Easter memory for me. This is
Oh
weird
my
suburban
god.
Easter in the Zanny household.
Contra in the microwave.
Contra in the microwave.
Happy Easter. Contra in the microwave.
And I'm like, I have that. You gotta do the Contra code. And I put it back in the microwave, like up, down, left, right. And then it turned into 30 Contras. So anyway.
Okay, that would be Headfoxen with the
thank
donation.
you.
Thank you, Headfoxen. Why the hell did your mom microwave Contra?
She doesn't know how it works, okay?
I don't think your mom knew how microwaving worked. Why don't you let everyone know your Christmas breakfast?
What?
That I still make for you every time.
Oh, yeah, cinnamon rolls right out of the tube. Just like Mom used to make.
Just like Mom used to.
It was just like Pillsbury. Just like get that tube and crack it open, and that was like her cooking. That was the thing.
That is damn good cooking for a college student.
I take after her as far as my cooking skills go.
Oh no, absolutely not. See, I've talked to your mother before, and your mother explained to me that she would never put anything into a pan and fry it while using a fork to destroy the Teflon, but you do! So no, we're gonna put your cooking skills at one step below microwaved eggplant. Just throwing it out there.
Anyway.
All right. Opening a tube bread is so scary. Slippery Stallion, you just take it and you jam it. Pretend like you're murdering it. You can just smack it against the counter. And then it goes everywhere.
What the hell, man?
That's how you open up a tube of croissants. If they're very old, it looks like Slimer visited you in your sleep, and the next ghost will come at midnight.
Biden canceled Pluto.
He canceled Pluto.
The ninth planet.
I'm telling you.
How many planets are there now?
There's 8 now.
Okay, sweet.
There is... PokerStars VR is beautiful, because if you just go into the cash games, they haven't got around to banning children yet. So the following occurrence happened 2 nights ago. I sat down at a cash game. A child logged onto the table, got his 5,000 chips, went all in, drew 2 guns, shot everyone at the table, summoned a blimp, shot confetti, and left.
This is great.
The moral of the story was he put a $5,000 chip stack into the pot, did shit, and left. So the rest of us are just like, I don't care what we have, bid.
Virtual reality is amazing.
Virtual reality is incredible.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know. It makes me love virtual reality more. I just want virtual versions of all the sports and things now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's, if you listen to our show on the regular, we have talked about this before, but I'm very disappointed. There was a company that for a short time bought a season ticket to one of the 5 seats at some, I don't remember what team it is, but some Major League Basketball team. It was one of the 5 front row seats that are basically center court, and put up a 180-degree camera, and for a while they were working on the idea of you logging in and having that seat in virtual reality.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge thing. Like, it came out, everyone talked about it, but nobody had virtual reality. Now COVID happened, everyone is trying to get virtual reality, and this isn't coming back. Like, I'd watch basketball if I could do it naked.
Yeah. Now you have WWE Hall of Faces now. It's super weird.
Hall of what?
It's a Hall of Faces. It just shows like people reacting to things. Like, Grr. It's just a Hall of Faces. It's like the Matrix at the end. Like just except Neo. It's just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds about right.
That makes sense. Okay. Nude basketball. So, I mean, yeah. Why not?
What's wrong with nude basketball?
Especially in virtual reality. So
Oh man, dribbling got
the physics engine are amazing.
Truly,
especially
truly.
the dribbling's amazing.
It's really, you only need to bounce once, bounce twice, no hands, third bounce once. It's really good.
Lots of particles.
Oh, so many particles.
Lots of particles. All right. We should do another question.
Chevron, we're furries. We know the ancient Olympics were played naked. That's the whole thing with the Olympics. That's the problem with the Olympics. At least like the torch nude, your clothing is flammable and dumb.
That's why they hauled it up. You don't want to like.
Yeah, you don't.
Get that
nowhere
shit.
near you.
No.
And in case a giant wants to light his joint, he just leans over.
Unless you're into that shit, and then you just let it drip on.
I'm sorry, fire. If you're into that.
Wax.
Oh, I don't think there's a lot of wax in the Olympic torch.
The Kink Olympics. They have a torch, and then you pass it, and you like hot wax on the next. And they take it.
Bringing in the torch for the Kink Olympics involves a gentleman in a gimp mask with no hands. It's just that simple. He just farts and it shoots up into rainbow flames.
It's just soft jazz version of like Chariots of Fire. Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I mean. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, the Kink Olympics. Anyway.
That gentleman is twerking the torch. Okay, next.
Twerking the torch.
Twerking the torch. He spelled his name.
Takel asks.
Hello, Takel.
In the spirit of Jefferson Davis monument that got held for ransom, what monument to a horrible human being or statue would you most likely like to turn into a toilet? So what statue or monument?
So simple. We have been playing Persona 5 lately, and the first level of Persona 5 has Kitayashi, or whatever the heck his name is. Kagayashi. Okay, Kimmy Schmidt. Standing there, cloak.
Yes.
Billowing, chest on display, tiny Speedo. That is a weird game. That statue needs to be melted down and put into the torch for the Kink Olympics.
You're not wrong. Down with that statue. I mean,
that statue's horrible.
Statues in general, I'm not a fan of. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
Not a fan of statues.
Not a fan of statues.
Is there a reason you're not a fan of statues?
They're statues. They're like, I was here once, or I am still here, and I'm awesome. Look, that's what that was.
I
like,
was here once.
Look at my Speedo and my hairy legs. That was the whole thing of.
Are you saying a statue is just a check marker for real life? Like,
I'll
just resave.
Like, this is a big version of me. Look at me. That's what it is. And like, if you're dead, like, oh, look at that person. They once existed. That's what a statue is. They do make hotels more expensive, as Chris and I have discussed.
And statues do mean you're in a more expensive hotel.
They make it fancy.
It does.
But it's still, in theory, shit. It's like, oh, look at me, you know? I don't know. Statues.
Well, I mean, you can't be wrong, because so far every level we've played in Persona has a statue. of the person who's bad in that level.
Oh my god, it's the most expensive selfie. It literally is.
Statues
it's like
are the most expensive selfie.
And
oh my god,
that's just the worst.
Oh my god.
Like,
I'm
gonna get a statue.
I'm gonna.
All right, sorry. Okay, fucking statues. That was their answer.
That was a great answer.
Uh-huh.
That was good. So what are we going to do with the Kamiyashi statue? How do we beat him? I think we need to learn the game better in order to min-max properly. And you think we should sprint through the level, not looking to the right or to the left until we hit a wall and then act confused.
That's how I work. I just go and then you hit and sometimes you die.
It is
how it works.
There are many nights that myself and my mate will sit out here passing the controller back and forth between us. A controller in one hand and a rolled up, what would you call that? A joint.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we would call it. That's the exact name.
No.
And that's how it goes back and forth, just constantly. And I play Persona 5 having a in-depth understanding of the personas and how to combine them. The odds of a monster dropping a certain drop. What are the best locations to hit the angle so that you surprise them? This guy gets into a cat car and just goes,
terrible.
Literally didn't even know that you had to hit the button to attack the enemy. So we're playing the game, and for 5 enemies, he's in a car just ramming into people, and they're attacking us. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Very different gaming styles.
Oh, very different.
Very different. Anytime we get an item, I'm like, just give me the controller. Because items mean we might have a stat increase. And for him, items mean, good, we can sell this and get money that I don't know what to spend it on.
See, now you're excited because you keep misgenerating me. I never see it coming. Okay.
Damn.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know.
Still. It's okay. It's okay.
Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. Anyway, we hope you all enjoyed that bullshit, and we enjoy Persona 5.
It's a good game. It is a good game.
We try to melt all the statues, and this bastard keeps giving me shit for passing up the fucking gold thing.
You have to get every treasure chest. Every treasure chest.
So disappointed me as a dragon. I know.
We have a new rule. If the dragon is holding the controller and finds 5 pieces of treasure we get to smoke, all of a sudden the treasure's getting found.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We have more questions.
Yes, please.
Yes,
okay. I'm trying to catch up in the chat.
Yes.
You go ahead.
Third question. Day at Wolfar asks.
Hello, Day at Wolfar.
I just got my new truck paid off, so I can afford to patronize creators again. After my old one threw a piston on my way home from work. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. Third one. My eyes are going crazy right now. See it?
I just got my new, to me, truck paid off, so I can afford to patronize creators again. Oh, that's wonderful, Dad. After my old one threw a piston on my way home from work on Xmas year before last. Okay, that's an interesting way to lose a truck. What's the most expensive non-medical emergency purchase that you've made that you're willing to talk about? Well, that's easy for me. What do you got?
Most expensive non-medical emergency? A house? Is that how? What?
Do you own property that I am not aware of? I do your taxes.
Not anymore. I had a condo, remember?
I actually, yeah. Okay, no, that applies.
I had a condo.
Well,
okay,
cheers.
thank you.
Cheers to bad memories.
No,
good call.
You. I had to get rid
forgot.
of that fucker. Yeah, thank you.
That was horrific.
I had to short sell. Yeah, I had to move to a different state so I could sell it.
Yep.
Because everything's terrible. Yeah, I got killed by the 2009 bullshit. Big time. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that one was bad.
That and fursuit.
That's not an emergency.
That's a non-emergency, wasn't it? The second.
It was an emergency, like an emergency. Yeah, that was still an emergency. You're home because your parents made you buy it. It was an emergency that you moved out, or else you'd have to live with your parents. That's an emergency in my book.
I got in the That's a longer story. Let's not get into that.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah. It's a non-emergency. See.
Well, now we're making an emergency. The most expensive emergency purchase, non-medical related purchase that I ever had to do. Thank you. I thought so too, an Anon Foxer. My tongue goes in your mouth. My tongue goes in your mouth.
Often.
We were at First Squared, and I was informed that due to a very, very interesting packing procedure from a convention that had our gear, that only half of our XLR cables worked. So we were in Wisconsin the day before the convention and was told that we needed close to 1,000 feet in XLR cables in varying sizes. Well, it was an emergency, and there was a Guitar Center nearby. You know, Guitar Center, or better known as 250% markup.
Yes.
So yeah, that was an emergency, but a tax-deductible one. So there.
Fuck Guitar Center. No, I hear you. It's emergency.
Emergency.
Right? Emergency. So there
Yes,
you go.
Gray Fox, an interesting packing procedure.
I'm gonna get through these.
I believe in us.
Yes.
I don't believe
speaking
in us.
speaking of, it's Gray Foxen.
Oh, hello, Gray Fox.
Thank you. Will you folks join Fermi and the others in Neos VR for the upcoming virtual BLFC? Well, we'll try to. I mean, yeah.
BLFC, we will either be attending virtually or in person, depending on how everything goes. Basically, we're kind of waiting for Fauci to say that travel for. I'm sorry, there's a word for. I was about to call it pleasure travel. Pleasure
not just
travel.
Fauci,
No,
just
only
the
Fauci.
general scientific community.
At this point, I'm just happy to have
help
Fauci.
me.
Fauci, help me.
Fauci comes out of his hole. You
He's-
can go.
Fauci
Go
didn't see his shadow.
Yeah, exactly.
We can go out.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, what? This is all I need. It works for determining spring and summer. The gospel according to Fauci. Thank you.
Anyway. We have another question. Wait, do we? Yeah, we do. One more. Dragor. Thank you, Dragor.
Oh, thank you, Demon.
Taken from Dragget to our Telegram group. You each get a superpower, but someone else gets to tell you what the drawback is. Example, you can teleport anywhere you want once a day willfully, but you teleport somewhere random, safe, every time you sneeze.
That's amazing.
What the hell?
That's awesome. Demon, you're amazing. All right, so you pick your superpower, and myself in the chat will help screw with it.
Oh, boy.
What
Okay.
is your superpower?
Let's make it easy.
Okay.
Teleport. I want to teleport.
You just want teleport.
It's so convenient.
Teleporting is convenient.
It's
I will admit
convenient.
that.
I mean, come
Gray
on.
Fox, and you're a monster.
So what's the downside
All
to
right.
teleport?
So the downside to teleporting is every time you teleport, you have to watch the entirety of the Marvel Universe in a pocket dimension, but it will not forward time in our dimension. So you'll still get to where you were instantaneously, but to you, you had to watch one movie out of the Marvel Universe every time until you watch all of them, and then it restarts, always in chronological order. Then we could finally have a conversation about it.
Oh, boy. Okay, I take it back. I'm not teleporting.
All of
anymore.
a sudden, you're not...
So what's your superpower?
Oh, that's easy.
What?
Any book that I touch, I get all powers from that book.
Every book you touch.
Any book that I touch, let's put it holding. Any book that I am holding, I get all powers from that book. Mess with that one.
You got your powers from the Meteor Man? Okay, I'm going for your...
Shit, that is a thing, isn't it?
You totally did.
I was setting you up because no matter what you said, I was going to have a D&D spell to counter it. But yeah, no, that's already a thing.
So
God damn it.
Robert Townsend comes in and starts smacks you with a lawsuit. That's the downside. That's the downside. And then you're like, bitch, no one owns shit anymore. It's the internet. And you just go off in a fucking rocket ship. 'Cause that's what millennials do, I guess. I don't know.
Quicksome, yes. I touch the metamorphosis and become Uncle Kage. I like that one. Downside, it's the inverse of the powers. If I grab the player's handbook, it's already the inverse of the powers. I know how wish spells work.
Oh, Atlas shrugged. God.
Atlas shrugged. Meh.
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 Meh. Anyway.
All right, everyone out there, we're going to keep talking. However, for the chat, let's have some fun. Chat, what are your superpowers? And we're going to try to come up with the anti to your superpower.
Oh, jeez.
Only applies to Twilight. Anon Foxer, You go into Twilight Jail, which is just normal jail, but you have to
Twilight.
watch Twilight, so it's worse.
I like Twilight Jail.
Mr. Beep Beep, super bouncing. It's great, but it works like on the moon. You super bounce super high, but then you come down very slow.
And you just lose breath in the middle air, in the air. Just like as you bounce really high. You just have really bad asthma.
I like that.
Bad asthma bouncing. It's just like flubber. You're like, this is fun.
I can't.
And then, so you need a, yeah.
Liquidator's power from Darkwing Duck. Every time you transform, you are peed out of a giant. I want the power to manipulate probability at will. How odds? Liquid Plumber. Perfect. My superpower consists in 0.5 balance, just enough and not that I become sociable and never. Oh. Quuxums is a superpower of a 0.5 blood alcohol level, just enough that I become sociable, but never legally drunk. Quuxum with the power of the night. That is
Nice.
That is
Very
just
good.
being buzzed all the time. Oh
That's-
my
That's
god!
pretty awesome. Although then you would, but that would be your new sober. Would you like, or no? I guess not. That's hard. I think you get annoyed. I don't know. Would you get annoyed? Would you get sick of being buzzed all the time?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. I gotta do my fucking taxes. It's like,
Hold on.
Right?
Whoa. I literally did 2 companies and my personal taxes high as shit. It can be done. Oh, I should check those.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I really wouldn't. I did check them the next day, and they were kind of wrong.
Hi, welcome to Tax Fair. I don't do your fucking taxes.
Flat Fox says manipulate reality at will. Okay, that's your power. However, we're gonna Republican you. No one believes it. Just no matter what it is, like, no, that's not happening. As they die,
You've been cued. Nope, don't believe it. Anyway.
I could consume any substance without being poisoned. Dry scale, good one. Unfortunately, every substance tastes like Malort.
Oh my god. Well, Lord, why would you curse them with our city drink? City shitty drink.
It's a shitty
Our shitty city drink. If you don't know, Malort is a Chicago thing.
Yeah,
It's our
Malort
thing.
is a very Chicago thing.
It's the, yes.
I want the power of an undo button for social interactions. Cindy, that is your power now. However, when you push that button, you have to watch all the good things that would have come out of that social interaction.
I don't think I'd ever, like, I would keep going back. I would keep trying to, like, perfect social interactions.
We watched Russian Doll and you equated a very specific character to me. Yeah, I understand what you mean, my love.
That was amazing.
That was so good.
Fuck.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Whoa, what just happened to the chat? Oh, that's
I did
you.
That. I did that. Sorry.
I thought like, oh good, 400 people just came in. Magic
they come.
Inktail. All right, Magic Inktail, but the downside, all right, so the Magic Inktail, it has a mind of its own, and it just writes all the embarrassing things you have done that day behind you as you walk. The power to make everyone drink a Malort. Dude, that power is a curse in and of itself. We're going to do one more. We're going to do one more. I want the power to leave New Jersey without paying a toll. You know what the downside to that one is? Leaving New Jersey. What a wonderful place.
I don't know if I've ever been there.
It's super fun.
I heard
There's a lot of wonderful people there.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah.
Wonderful people everywhere.
See? Chevron's there. Wonderful
There you
people.
go, see? Wonderful people.
I don't care about... See, that's the thing. Ain't on Fox.
Right after.
New Jersey is
actual hell. Like, holy fuck.
Hold on. Pennsylvania charges $1 get out in New Jersey.
hell,
We
New
have
Jersey.
a bridge over here that costs $3.50 because there's a lot of pretty lights on it. We understand.
Isn't there a place called Hell, New Jersey?
I think
Isn't that a
it's there's hell a lot of places.
Hell, Michigan. That is an actual place.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
There's some other
Tequila
places like
down the
that, like
road.
fucking Bong Hit, Wisconsin, and stuff like that. I
Bong
can't.
hit Wisconsin.
It wasn't like that, but you get what I'm saying.
It is the Bong Recreational Facility, Bong being the last name of the person who made it. But yes, on 420, the Bong Recreational Facility is a very popular place.
That's fun. Everyone was celebrating 420 this time around. It was nice to see on the Twitters. So
Yeah, no, it was.
it was cool to see.
It is interesting having we if you don't know, we live in Chicago. And weed has been legal here in Chicago for the better part of a year, during all of COVID, in fact. And it is very fun to watch the people that I will designate as the elderly, sometimes our parents, sometimes just older people that we know in our daily lives, kind of trying to gauge the reaction of, should I smoke pot?
Oh my God.
So I'm continuously leaving joints at my father's house. Now, according to him, he's never smoked, but he's also never given me back a joint. So we're going to leave it at that.
They're going somewhere. He tried. He tried.
He did. He did try.
You think so?
I think he tried.
Oh.
Because all of a sudden he was like, oh, you can't do that. That'll destroy you. It's a gateway drug. And I explained to him how that's not true, how the gateway drug is actually the dealer, because weed at the time, when people were saying it was a gateway drug, was the cheapest thing. It was one of the things they would make the least amount of profit on. So yes, your dealer, if they were a shitbag, would want you to go up to the next thing. Weed is not a gateway drug. Your dealer was. And upon explaining that to my dad and leaving him a joint and coming back and not receiving the same joint back, he never mentioned the weed again.
I'm just trying to figure out what a weed is a gateway drug to.
Chips!
Yeah!
Doritos!
Pizza.
Fat.
And fat.
That's fat.
It really... That is what it is, a gateway to. I can't think of anything else. Like, holy shit, we gotta go harder. Like, no. You just fucking collapse on the couch. It's fine. Anyway.
All right.
Enough about drugs. Girl Scout cookies. There you go.
Girl Scout, oh my God.
Wilderness girls.
Thin Mints. Thin Mints in the freezer through a food processor and as a topping for everything. Steak, it works. Try it. You won't regret it.
The hell?
You leave me alone. Apparently I'm pregnant because I eat weird shit.
You're the one getting pregnant?
I'm very fat.
Okay.
You don't know.
Is this why you're always cooking the babies? This makes so much more sense. You gotta get rid of the eggs.
Dude, why do you think we always have omelets?
Oh my God. This is too much. Anyway, please give us something to talk about so we can talk about stuff cooking our kids every morning or something like that.
It's called Dutch Babies.
Dutch Babies.
Which for stoners to the drunks, one thing is stoners. Thank you, Eddie the Weather Fox. Actually, as another person who had to do something similar to RA, that is exactly right. That is the best part about stoners. They just sit in their room and eat chips. Yeah. The drunks wander around and use hairspray bottles to play laser tag and then hit the, what do you call those? Fire sensor. Yeah, okay. That was an interesting night.
I'll say. Yeah, there's all sorts of songs about drunks. There's no songs about people fucking shit up when they're high on weed. There was one movie, and we made fun of it. Reefer Madness.
Reefer Madness, which, since we're about to switch over anyway to our next segment, everyone, just so you know, after our show, which we will probably run a little bit over on, we will be having Sparf join us.
Yes.
And we will be going into a series of DST3K, or Dragget Science Theater 3000, patent pending.
And we will have to make sure we turn on our volume so we can hear him when we come in. Remember?
Yeah, no, we'll figure that out. We'll get it. There won't be much of a break, but we need to edit some stuff. So right after this, we will be showing the other movie that the Dragget Show has edited, the Night of the Living Dead, the original Night of the Living Dead, edited heavily by the Dragget Show, and the two of us and Sparf will be on the chat verbally and screwing with the movie even more. So yeah, please join us for that.
Either I will share screen, or I also gave the movie to Sparf. So we
perfect. We'll figure it out.
I think I can just share the screen and I can bring up VLC here.
If nothing works out, we will be doing an interpretive dance of the movie, our edits, and of course the moon landing. So we will, if everything,
which never happened because of Biden. Yeah, he went back in time and said, "Hey guys," and just like fucked up the moon landing.
Yeah, well, he had a mirror. He was looking at his eyebrows, and he's like, "Oh, eyebrows!" And the moon reflected into the mirror and made it look like Pluto, which is kind of weird. He was just like, "No, Pluto's not a planet," and that's like, see, this is the ridiculousness. It's not that he stopped Pluto from being a planet; it's that he reflected Pluto off of his visor, which he was using to check out his eyebrows, and had to correct all of us into thinking it was a ninth planet. Guys, it's not a conspiracy. It's eyebrows.
It's eyebrows. I had to check my shades. You dog-faced pony soldier. Now I'm going to go cancel Pluto. Biden away. Cancels Pluto.
Cancel Pluto.
And Mr. Potato Head. That's what he does. He's just like, I'm the canceller and I'm Biden. Fuck. Is that what they're saying? Anyway.
It is. It's what all the kids are saying.
All right. Well, the kids are dumb.
So do you have your cell phone?
Yes.
Shout outs,
Shout
shout
outs.
outs. This is a part of the show.
We forgot it.
Boom. Shout outs, shout outs. It's 7:45. Here we go.
Boom, boom, boom.
We got it at exactly 45. Now it's time to do it live. Shout outs, shout outs. I wonder who is next.
All right. Here's the shout outs. And thank you for the timing.
Let them know what shout outs are.
Shout outs is when people give us $5 a month on Patreon. We randomly select 3 of them, and then we randomly go with their name because it's annoying to go with the shout outs now. So that's the new system.
That's a new system. Give us your name. We don't know what we're going to do.
Well, we used to do a whole thing, but you know.
We used to do a whole thing, but then a lot of people are like, I like turkey and pastrami. I'm like, all right, I'm going to just make fun of your name.
Yeah. All right. So the first one is, that is not it. Deadly Kitten.
So, Deadly Kitten was not it. The worldwide game of tag, combined with the worldwide game of Lupus and Tabula, or Werewolf at the Table, a hidden card game. No one knew they were happening on the same day, except for one person.
Deadly Kitten.
Deadly Kitten knew that Lupus and Tabula and Tag were happening on the same day, so Deadly Kitten transformed into a were-kitten. Where? Over there. But the were-kitten stood. But wasn't it. You're never it when you're the were-kitten. You try to hide. You try to stealth. So having played video games, the were-kitten got under a box, said, I'm a box, and snuck around. But as we all know, cats are feisty. Feisty kittens. They were it the whole time! Bum, bum, box! So they got into boxing and won.
The fuck?
Where kitten? There kitten.
By M. Night Shyamalan.
By M. Night Shyamalan. A twist.
I mean, that's the way I explain the plot.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that I say, he just goes, and that's by M. Night Shyamalan. That's what happens when I don't make any sense. It's
Actually,
by M. Night.
no, or David E. Kelly.
David E. Kelly, yeah.
Yeah, the box dude.
But if it kind of makes sense, but you don't know why, then it's David Lynch.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the one when you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, David Lynch, make no sense to me.
Make no sense and make me like it. Yes! Disappear for no reason! Anyway.
Oh my God, that man is a micro! What movie was that? That was so good.
People
it was
just
so
walk
good.
out, they're super small. It was
that?
Sunset Boulevard.
Sunset Boulevard was such a good movie.
Yeah, not to give it away, but...
Give away what? That was an acid trip. It was amazing.
It is true. We had to like look up research. What the fuck did we just see?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then we're just like, oh, I get it now.
Every time you say,
"Indeed, David Lynch, indeed."
Deadly Kitten 6, The Scarlet Letter.
Ooh. What do you say now? Every time I say what now?
I lost it.
Oh, but whatever.
Shout outs.
Shout outs. X and Div, the teacup bag.
X and Div. Well, X and Div gets a special one because myself and X and Div hang out every once in a while on the game Stellaris.
Oh.
A very wonderful game. As Zandy calls them menu games.
Yes.
Because when Zandy comes outside and sees me playing a video game and then walks away going, you're not playing a game, you're clicking through menus. And that is how games should work.
Pep gets it. It is a menu game.
What's wrong with menu game?
Because
menu game is best game.
No. Excel. You have Excel sheets. You
Excel,
already do that for work.
That's
you don't
my
have to
game
do it
too.
for fun. I mean, if you enjoy it,
I enjoy Excel.
Fine.
I enjoy Excel game.
I like to see the graphics of the thing that I'm doing, not just ordering things around and doing sheets.
There are absolutely graphics, but the problem with EVE
Online.
They said EVE Online. I actually tried EVE Online once, and I realized that if I played it, I would just play it from work, continuously signing in. It's like, oh, now I'd like to learn to fly. So no, I couldn't do that one. Stellaris, it does have a graphical interface, but the problem, it's not a problem, I love it. The thing about Stellaris is that it's so complicated that as you get deeper into the game, these super rare technologies rear their ugly head, and they have to explain it to you, if the computer gets it, through the graphics. So even though ships can only move along a very set route, when a giant dragon of a ship goes nyah, 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 and is just flying through the center of the universe, you start to become concerned. And that's when Exendiv comes in. For you see, Exendiv was playing a mega corporation. The rest of us are species of people. We might even be something horrific like an autocracy. We might have been a democracy. No, he was a corporation. So what happens? All of a sudden, mid-game, all of us are sitting on our planets and there's building slots being taken up by corporation buildings, which are making us a shit ton of money, but taking our resources. Like, wait a minute, can you just do that? And Exendiv explained to us how he owns stock in all of our people, but the game's complicated enough that we didn't know if he was joking or telling the truth. So he said, screw this, and we attacked him. So he fired a laser around a planet, bent it around so it couldn't be seen by my sensors, and blew up one of my planets using a ranged planet cracker. How did you do that? I asked. He said money and signed off.
That's a pretty good answer. I mean, Bezos does a lot of stuff with it. Money's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's a good answer.
It is a good answer.
It's a good answer. Thank you, Exendiv.
For anyone who does play a menu game that involves currency, remember, max out your currency potential because the games usually break when you're rich, just like real life.
That's funny as hell. Just like when you're in first place in Mario Kart. Where you're Bezosing it, as we say?
Bezosing it is being first place in Mario Kart with a coin.
10 coins.
With 10 coins and a coin in your reserve. That is Bezosing in Mario Kart.
And you have the papers. You have the Panama Papers.
And you need the Panama Papers.
So that if the blue shell comes, which is taxes,
blue shell does represent
blow that
taxes.
Shit away.
So the blue shell goes after the 1%, except in the real world, also known as Baby Park, where if you are in first place and have a blue shell, you can throw it. It will zip around, but a blue shell can never target yourself, which means if you get the blue shell in the back, get into first and throw it in Baby Park, it will spin around and hit the second place person. It is one of the funniest things we've ever found in that game, and that is why the blue shell is taxes, because the rich can rebound it onto the secondary rich.
There you go. All right, we have another shout out to do.
Did we not do 3?
We didn't. No.
Oh my.
Coda Masters, thanks.
Coda Masters.
Yeah.
So there was a very strange martial art that you would use the different articles of clothing on your body to combat the other person. Have you ever seen like in old gladiatorial films? This is a real fighting style, by the way. I'm not actually making this up. Okay. Trident and net.
Yeah.
So you've seen Trident and net.
Yeah.
So this is the next level of that. This is like if you're walking around, you're like, I wonder what I shall do today. Shall I go into this parlor and partake in some parcheesi? No, it's an attack. Oh my, what are you ever to do? Well, a true master in this art can take any article of clothing and use it to their advantage. Go ahead, name any article of clothing. I'll tell you how they use it.
Tunic.
Oh, the tunic, that's easy. You jump on them from the front, wrap it around, flip over the back, and you choke them with the tunic while whispering sweet nothings into their ear, but their nothings have to be something that their mother has said to them in their lifetime. They always have to recognize, like, Mom, and then they die. So yeah, that's tunic. What are articles of clothing? It's an amazing martial art.
Dragon Ball Do-Rag.
Oh, the Dragon Ball Do-Rag is very simple. See, if you collect all the Dragon Ball Do-Rags, you can make a wish, which is usually for Vegeta to get naked. One more. What's the other piece of art? What's another article of clothing?
Scarf.
Oh, scarf is so easy. Scarf, you throw it onto the ground, it becomes sparf because somebody misspelled it, and sparf murders them in the face. Way to go, sparf.
And he's like, what am I doing here? It's weird. I just murdered someone. Why did you do this? And then you're like, sorry.
Scarf. But that's why he's known as Coda Masters. You see, he was attacked, and it was in the middle of winter, so he had this big winter coat, and he took off the coat, and while he's being attacked, he's like, hey, are you cold? And they're like, oh my God, I'm horribly cold. And he put the coat on them, and he embraced them, and while they were hugging, the person overheated and died.
Nice.
That made him a master.
Well done, Coda Masters.
Codemasters, you are truly
a master of all of Coda.
of coats.
Just like Burlington.
Oh, dude, that is a factory for this martial art. Yeah,
they're so good. They just call it a factory.
that's right.
They're more than great coats. Why are we doing this?
Because somebody said coat.
Yeah.
Dakota Master.
And we're like, yes, and coats, Burlington. Anyway.
Yes, and coats.
Dragon Brain,
Dude,
rawr.
that's going to be the name of my autobiography. Yes, and coats.
Yes, and coats.
Yes, and
Welcome
coats.
to Yes, and Coats. The improvised clothing store. It's really bad. Let me make you a pair of pants. Wow, this doesn't fit you at all.
Last week we got a shipment of bananas in. Well, these pants will make you go ape.
I hate you.
Here at Improvised Pants, we don't know the meaning of the word not clothing.
Improvised pants.
You ever heard of people stapling garments to themselves to keep them? All we had is the staples. Boom! Set of armor. So painful. Improvised clothes. Improvised coats. Yes, the shipment to improvised coats.
Anyway.
We have 5 minutes left to the show, so
Yes.
before we go, one more time.
I'd like to mention something really
please.
stupid I saw. I saw someone buy a board, and, like, there was a plastic bag at the end of the board. And they're like, hey, y'all, you should buy this board. It's really good. And they look like they're...
Why don't you actually explain what happened to
Please,
people who
you
don't
do.
follow the news? What's the
Please.
what's the fuck's name?
Ben
Thank you.
Shapiro. He's a jackass.
So some jackass
Yes.
stood outside of a Home Depot and said, "This Home Depot doesn't agree with voting rights, so let's go in and buy some stuff." He told his listeners not to go and do a home project. He did not try to inspire his listeners, like, no, I gotta buy some stuff. Then the camera cuts, and he is standing outside the Home Depot with a big-ass plastic bag and a single board of wood that looked like it could be used to build half a shelf. Now, I know what you're thinking. You went into a Home Depot, and you were going to work out with stuff. Buy a hammer. Hammers are useful. You can use them to hammer things. Buy some candy. They have candy at Home Depot. I'm here to support you. Give me some goddamn Junior Mints. No, he walked in there, walked to the wood aisle and said, "Hey, that flat 2x4 over there." "You mean the 4x8? "No. Give me a quarter of that." "Okay. Do you know who I am? I'm saving your country." Then went to the counter. Well, she rung him up, and I saw the board. There was no checkout sticker, so there's only two scenarios. One, he went in there, got a board cut, and then they had to look up the item code because he didn't bring the piece of board with the UPC code on it. Or two, he robbed Home Depot, which I'm going with that. Then he stands outside with a plastic bag, which is so perfect because he's basically saying, "I wasted my time by buying this board, and I'm littering, vote Republican." And they ate that shit up.
And he put it in the plastic bag, in the little thing. And they washed him, and they didn't want to tell him how stupid it looked. Because he's Ben Shapiro. It's just like... It's like, oh, everyone's thinking about that movie from so far back with the plastic bag. It's free advertising for American Beauty. Yeah. Like, oh, Katy Perry. Don't you ever feel like a plastic bag? Oh, I do, Katy Perry. Thank you. Thank you for not stopping making me think of Ben Shapiro and this stupid, stupid ad.
Thank you, Katy Perry, for stopping
Perry.
the Ben Shapiro train of thought.
That's right. Ah, jeez.
It is almost 8 o'clock. We're going to keep going and bring you into the next show. But before we do that, we just want to first off thank our the convention. Xander,
yes.
you're better at the announcements.
FurTheMore, yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Sparf, for inviting us to do this and everything. We really appreciate it.
Do we have any announcements?
No, just we're on Dragget Show on YouTube. Actually, Alkali and Zanny or something like that. It's a good way to find us. Dragget Show and Patreon, and that's all right there. We don't have any really much announcements is we're to keep on keeping on.
And of course, just a few shout outs for our friends. What's Demons channel?
Yes,
every
Demons
Sunday
is Dragger Zippy Tanks on Twitch. I do golf with friends, furry friends on YouTube, and then Dragger they go.
At what time on what day?
Sunday at I believe
you go at
4 Central, and they go at 5 Central.
Correct.
So most people do. Yes, that works. I got it right. Yes.
Gray Foxman, thank you very much. That is correct.
All right.
So join us and some of our friends. Here is what is going to happen now. We are going to cut this feed for just a moment and bring in Sparf. And then we're just going to sit and chill with everyone until it's time for the movie. So this is a good time, if you would like, go and get yourself a refreshing beverage in an invisible glass. What is going on? My glass is invisible. This is the best. Oh,
very nice.
We hope you will all join us for DST3K Night of the Living Dead. Grab yourself a drink, sit down with us, and see something that is honestly, and we're just going to say, we're very proud of this one. This is something that myself, my mate, and a lot of our friends put a lot of effort into. We truly hope you enjoy. We'll be back before the show. Give us a few minutes to just set up everything, and we will be back to chat with you in the chat. For right now, I am Alkali.
I'm Zandy.
We are The Dragget Show. Thank you very much, and good night.
Bye-bye.